Hi, and welcome to Amalgamation Presents World of Lorecraft, Titancraft, Human Lore Edition. Humans are among the youngest races on Azeroth, but they make up for it by being the most populous. With lifespans generally shorter than the other races, humans strive all the harder to achieve great heights in empire building, exploration, and magical study. Their aggressive and inquisitive nature led the human nations to become active and influential in the world. Such was the case prior to the Orcs' original invasion through the Dark Portal. Human kingdoms suffered greatly in the three wars against forces of the demonic Burning Legion's creation, the Horde in the first two and the Scourge in the third. Many humans fell in the Third War, leaving behind battered but not broken survivors of the human expedition under the command of Sorceress Jaina Proudmoore. This group of refugees from Lordaeron settled on the wild continent of Kalimdor, where they founded Terramore. Terramore continued to be an important trading station and later a staging ground for raids into the Barrens before falling to the Horde. Lordaeron, a former human city, is decimated, a battlefield for forest trolls, the Scourge, forsaken ogres, and other creatures. The few humans who remain in Lordaeron struggle to keep their small settlements free of the villainy that boils around them. Stormwind, the first to feel the Orcs' rage, fares better and is the most powerful human nation remaining. Still, Stormwind is far from safe, and enemies persistently attack it. Humans value virtue, honour, and courage, though like all races they also pursue power and wealth. Humans have spent generations battling dark forces and have lost some of their greatest kingdoms to them. This loss embitters humans, and they have a view of diplomacy that does not favour negotiations. Aided by belief in the holy light, humans have fought hard and endured much during the wars against the Horde and the Burning Legion. Despite all their tragedies, humans show hardiness, bravery, and nobility, and are thoroughly committed to building strong societies, reinforcing their kingdoms, and reclaiming their nations. Years of war have tempered human resolve, giving them a determined nature. Human history. At the dawn. The humans are descendants of the Virkul. Around 15,000 years ago, the gods abandoned the Virkul, and a certain time after that their children were born weak and ugly. King Yimmeron ordered all those children to be killed, but not all parents obeyed this order, and instead hid their children to grow up far away from Northrend. The earliest known history indicates that they may have been called the Azotha, between the finding of magic from the Well of Eternity and the Sundering approximately 14,000 to 10,000 years ago, or I should say 10,000 to 14,000 years ago. The Azotha became the humans. They were nearly as savage as their foes among the trolls, and both groups wandered the land battling each other while trying to plant the seeds of their cultures. The trolls actively hunted these humans. These nascent humans saw the Kaldarai as shadowy figures with godlike powers, but were sometimes captured and used as slaves by them. Centuries before the War of the Ancients, the Bear Ancients, Ursok and Ursol, befriended many generations of humans and Kaldarai, and were beloved in return. When the Night Elves fought the demons during the War of the Ancients in their homeland, the humans and trolls retreated deep into the wild. Groups of endangered humans or Night Elves were guided away from the Doomguard by Aviana, disguised in mortal form. After the Sundering, the human tribes teetered for thousands of years on the brink of extinction, as their numbers were winnowed by an increased struggle for resources. They persevered, exploring the continents in search of game, wood, and refuge. These years were nearly the race's last, as it eked out sustenance from the ashes and the aftermath of the destruction until the sun returned. The surviving tribes of humans sent out intrepid bands to explore the reborn world and to find their long-lost brethren. Slowly trade routes were established across the revitalized world. These early humans may have had access to divine spells through worship of the old gods or early cults that would become the Church of the Holy Light. Humans joined the forefront of Azerothian history during the Troll Wars, With the help of the High Elves, humans learned magic and waged a bitter war against the Trolls that once spanned the entire length of the Eastern Kingdom. Eventually humanity won against the Trolls, and they built the nation of Strom and later the Empire of Arthur. Arthur gradually expanded and splintered into 7 separate, sometimes warring empires for over 1,200 years until the creation of the Alliance. Recent history of the humans. With the recent invasion of the Burning Legion, which left the northern kingdom of Lordaeron in ruins, Stormwind now stands as the last bastion of human civilization, following the heroic examples of the legendary Sir Lothar and King Liang. The knights and warriors of Stormwind are considered to be among the fiercest warriors in the land. They stand resolute in their charge to maintain the honour and might of humanity. Immediately after the events of the Third War, Azerothian humanity was on the ropes, and the race's future was somewhat in question. Historians argue that humans have perhaps suffered the most out of all the races of Azeroth, having endured a bloody, genocidal invasion by the demon-corrupted orcs and losing almost all their northern population to the plague. Out of the millions that once populated the eastern kingdoms in sprawling, sturdy cities, only hundreds of thousands still survive. Despite this, in recent years the humans have devoted themselves to struggling back from the brink of racial extinction. Human lands are gradually being repopulated, and the humans have been able to consistently maintain strong garrisons for their cities as well. The humans' primary threat now, other than the Scourge, is the Forsaken, who are continuing their attempts to expand south from Tirsfall into Arathi. However, the human presence in the region remains strong, with the remnants of Lordaeron and Stromgarde causing the Hillsbrad area to be one of Azeroth's major battlefields. Despite all this, humans continue to be vigilant and have banded closer together and with the Alliance as a whole. Today, King Varian Rin oversees Stormwind under the watch of the Council of Nobles. During the absence of King Varian, the Kingdom of Stormwind lost much of its glory due to corruption from within. It still retains some ties with the towns of Darkshire, Lakeshire, Goldshire, South Shore, and to a lesser extent Menethil Harbour. These towns fall under the protection and leadership of Stormwind, but they also have their own local militia and independent democratic election, excluding Goldshire. Note that these independent forces are still under the Alliance. Termor Isle is an independent state that keeps close ties with Stormwind and is under the watchful leadership of the young mage Jaina Proudmoore, formerly of Kultiras. The merchant nation of Kultiras itself, still a strong member of the Alliance, is also an independent state under the rule of Lord Admiral Tandred Proudmoore, brother of Jaina and son of Daelin Proudmoore, a hero from the Second War. The city-state of Dalaran, with its powerful mages, still retains some control over Hillsbrad and Silverpine Forest and has recently moved its capital above Crystalsong Forest in Northrend to battle the threats arising here. In addition, there is an independent human enclave in the Arathi Highlands, the remnants of the Kingdom of Stromgarde. It is rumoured that once allied Empire of Gilneas is still flourishing and populated with humans, but no word has been heard from them for years. Human nations. Humanity has generally been controlled by 7 powerful kingdoms, each with their own sphere of influence. All 7 city-states were descended from the ancient nation of Arthur. Recently, however, a series of devastating wars have plagued humanity, resulting in the end of several kingdoms and the creation of a new one. Termor, the only human state in Kalimdor. Playable humans are from Stormwind. Kultiras is the only kingdom that cannot be visited in World of Warcraft. After the end of the Third War, Alliance forces under Jaina Proudmoore sailed to southeastern Kalimdor. They founded a stronghold called Theramore, a small walled city on a rocky isle east of Dustwallow Marsh. Theramore Isle and the nearby mainland fall under human control and border Durotar, the orcs' new homeland to the north. Humans and orcs maintain a tentative peace along their borders, but clashes are common. Since most of the human warriors and mages lost their lives during the war against the Burning Legion, only a handful of veteran mages and paladins remain in Theramore, while Ironforged dwarves and the High Elves also occupy the small island city. Humans hold the seats of greatest power. Goblin vendors and traders are a common sight in and around the Rocky Isle. In the east, Lordaeron still boasts several human settlements, but it has diminished to a fraction of the size and power that it once was. Hillsbrad and Kultiras are still mostly under human control, and a few settlements hold out in Silverpine Forest and the Alterac Mountains. Stormwind and the southern continent of Azeroth suffered in the First and Second Wars, but remained relatively untouched by the Third. Stormwind has been rebuilt and stands larger and better defended than before. Though the Scourge did not make itself felt in Stormwind, the small kingdom faces its own enemies, both from without and within. Nevertheless, currently Stormwind is humanity's strongest nation and a symbol of reclamation and renewal. Some information about the different human nations, their names, what happened to them during different events like the First War, the Second War, the interim between the Second War and the Third War, after the Third War, Cataclysm, their current status, and their population. So that's basically what you're going to be getting now. This is not a scripted part, so bear with me for this, please. Right, so first we have Lordaeron. In the First War, it says nothing happened to them. Second War, nothing. Interim, nothing. Third War, fucking destroyed. It doesn't say fucking though, it just says destroyed. So in the Third War, they got fucking destroyed. Post Third War, it says See the Forsaken, Scarlet Crusade, and Ardent Dawn. So those will be things that will come up further into this series of vids. In fact, I will do groups like that after I have done race lore. So during Cataclysm, nothing fucking happened. Current status, it's the Undercity now. Population of the city proper is the undead. Azeroth, aka Stormwind. First War, destroyed. Second War, nothing. Interim, it was rebuilt. Third War, fuck all. Post War, fuck all. Cataclysm, damaged. Current status, healthy. Population of the city, 200,000. Dalaran, First War, nothing. Second War, damaged. Interim, rebuilt. Third War, fucking destroyed. Post War, rebuilt. Fucking hell, that got rebuilt a lot. Cataclysm, fucking nothing. Current status, independent. Population, 3,000. Kultiras, fuck all happens to them during the First War, Second War, Interim, Third War, or post-war. Cataclysm, it's unknown, so basically fuck all. Current status, healthy. Population, 10,000. Damn, them guys are cunts. You think they could have gotten involved in something that happened to the humans rather than go, nah, we're staying out of this shit. Stromgarde, First War, fuck all. Second War, fuck all. Interim, left the Alliance, traitorous bastards. Third War, destroyed, thank fuck. Post-Third War, rejoined the Alliance. Fuck off, get out! I don't want you. Cataclysm, nothing. Current status, crippled, thank fuck. Population, 1,200, or 1,200 for those that don't speak in those terms. Right. Gilneas, fuck all in the First War, fuck all in the Second War. In the interim, they left the Alliance. Third War, nothing. Post-war, they were in Civil War. Cataclysm, rejoined the Alliance. Current status, see Worgen. I'll get to them later. Population of the city, unknown. Alterac, First War, fuck all. Second War, destroyed. Interim, fuck all. Third War, fuck all. Post-Third War, see the Syndicate. Once again, get to that stuff further in the series. Cataclysm, fuck all. Current status, destroyed. Population of city, ogres. That's all it says, ogres. Doesn't even say how many, just says fucking ogres. Theramore, First War, didn't exist. Second War, didn't exist. Interim, didn't exist. Third War, didn't exist. Post-Third War, founded. Cataclysm, fuck all happened to it. Current status, destroyed. Population of city 9,500. How can that be destroyed? The fucking Stromgarde were crippled and are only crippled and they've got 1,200 people left. Theramore has 9,500 people and it's destroyed apparently. I call bullshit. Somebody's fucked up here with that. And it's not me, I'm just reading this shit. Human appearance. Humans come from many backgrounds and show great physical variety among all the races. Human skin ranges from dark to light and may have tones of other colours. Their eyes are blue, brown, purple, green, grey or hazel. Human hair is brown, black, blonde or red. Men often grow short beards and women commonly wear their hair long. Humans average almost 6 feet in height and weigh about 180 pounds, with men noticeably taller and heavier than women. The physique of humans is more muscular and sturdy than of elves, but much more slender than that of dwarves. The colour and hue of human skin is varied, ranging from fair pink to tanned to a very dark brown. Hair becomes grey or white with sickness or age. Human eyes have been known to glow like those of the naturally magical elves if he or she is wielding powerful magic. Human culture. Humans seem to be a naturally proud and ambitious race. The humans of Azeroth have a very strong sense of triumph and have been known to be arrogant, overzealous, or vainglorious. Humans have also regularly displayed noble and altruistic attitudes and actions. These qualities have led to human society producing notable heroic and villainous figures in recent history. Most humans take comfort in having an orderly society, and humans prefer to live in villages, towns, and cities. Few humans understand the reverence of nature the night elves and Tauren possess, and the most rural or rugged lifestyles a human has shown to possess is that of a farmer, bandit, or soldier. Human cities are extremely large, bustling, and lively. Outside city walls in the countryside, the human peasantry provides basic resources to the rest of the kingdom. The peasant farms, mines, and chops woods. In the city, merchants trade goods while craftsmen practice and perform their trades and businessmen provide services. At the top of the social hierarchy are the nobility, who sit within their castles making important political decisions on the running of the kingdom. Fucking politicians. Despite the desire for order that generally exists among humans, some groups do deviate from this cultural trait and possess no loyalties toward their established political leaders. This is especially true in times of uncertainty for humans. Before the Third War, there were humans in the northern lands of Lorecraft that were swayed into joining the cult of the damned. Banditry, sea piracy, and fanaticism amongst humans has been on the rise recently. Humans have a relatively short lifespan, less than the majority of the other races on Azeroth. They are old at about 55 years of age, and at 70 years they are venerable, with a maximum age between 72 and 110 years. Because of this, humanity strives to make the most of what it has and to build legacies. This has led to the formation of different nations and orders across many lands, and to the forging of alliances, not only between each other, but with other races, and seeking to do whatever is necessary to protect and secure their nations so future generations can live peacefully and safely. The human state of Stormwind is the leader of the alliance. Formerly it was the kingdom of Lorecraft, until its destruction at the hands of the undead scourge. Stormwind is the largest remaining bastion of human population and strength in Azeroth. Humans are seen to be filled with unchecked passion and ambition. Their desire for power and knowledge has allowed for some of the greatest mages to be human. The deep inner fire and emotions that brew within them have allowed many humans to master the holy light in ways unimaginable, leading the humans to establish the Knights of the Silver Hand, as well as what are regarded as the most pious orders ever seen on Azeroth. The loyalty humans are capable of produces well-trained soldiers and mercenaries that will easily stay and fight for their kingdoms and their leaders' causes, no matter how dire the situation may be. Human relations. Humans began the Alliance and it could not exist without them. Humans and orcs joined forces to face the Burning Legion several years ago, but friction again returned once they dispatched the demonic threat. Although the Alliance and the Horde leaders bear a healthy respect for each other, old racial hatreds are commonplace. Humans also look upon Tauren with suspicion due to the ties Tauren have established with orcs. Humans and dwarves have long enjoyed a good relationship, a bond only strengthened since the dwarves' latest discoveries have energized their archaeological efforts. Elves are a source of mystery and frustration, especially the exotic night elves with whom they are allied. Humans dislike and distrust jungle trolls, and to an even greater extent Forsaken. They greatly respect gnomish technological prowess, though it is unknown exactly how they view the Gnomergon exiles and their current plight. Humans have been known to rarely intermarry with other races. The human paladin Terralion married the elven ranger Illyria Windrunner, producing one son, Arator. Ronan, the leader of the Kirin Tor, is married to Illyria's sister, Verisa. Less famously, a human woman now named Tamara Wobblesprocket married a gnome. Human fate. Humans follow the holy light. Cathedrals and churches stand in their cities and their priests preside over our followers, heal the wounded, soothe the weary, and crusade against what they consider evil. Humans have an order of holy warriors, the paladins, who follow the holy light and crush evil and chaotic beings in its name. Paladins are wholly committed to defending the human nations. Human magic and technology. Humans can practice arcane magic and divine magic. Their mastery of these arts are rivaled on Azeroth perhaps only by the High Elves, Blood Elves, and the Draenei. These magics are used to heal and create in times of peace, and to harm and destroy in times of war. Humans have a relatively good understanding of science and technology, however, this understanding does not come close to that of their dwarven and gnomish allies. The efforts of human engineers are laughable when compared to those of the dwarves and gnomes. These races have provided their advanced artillery, metalworking, and engineering skills to the Alliance during times of war. These are considerable benefits, including the creation and operation of powered siege engines and flying machines. The Deep Run tram is a gnome-built mechanical wonder which serves as a speedy underground device for transportation between Ironforge and Stormwind. Humans have a great deal of respect for both the dwarves and gnomes for these accomplishments, and are eternally grateful for their contributions to the Alliance. Humans, for the most part, do not seem to be particularly aware of nor concerned about the harms the advancement of civilization and technology bring upon the world. However, humans respect the Night Elves and their desire to preserve their sacred forests and lands in Kalimdor. Human architecture is less pleasing to the eye than elven architecture, utilizing straight angles and simple materials such as wood, stone, and mortar. However, human structures are much more resistant to damage than elven or horde structures. Human structures are not nearly as strong as dwarven structures or as advanced as gnomish architecture, but they are much easier to build, and human forts and towns can be built relatively quickly. Human warfare. The armies of the human kingdoms are a force to be reckoned with. Well-trained footmen march to battle in plate armour with kite shields and broadswords, while courageous knights covered in heavy plate mail ride headlong into battle atop of their powerful equine steeds, wielding mighty lances and swords. Behind the humans come their allies. Cunning elven archers and dwarven riflemen provide ranged support. Human and gnomish mages blast their enemies with magic, and priests use their divine magic to heal and aid wounded allies. Perhaps the most fearsome foe to evil and the enemies of humankind on the battlefield are the mighty paladins, considered by many to be the champions of the human alliance. These fearsome knights bring justice to their enemies and aid to their allies with a combination of healing and aura magics, and mastery with giant warhammers and massive rune blades. Human bases are very difficult to penetrate. The walls of their strongholds are tall and tough, and from their watchtowers they can see enemies approach from far away, attacking them with siege weapons and archers while they advance. Behind the walls, an enemy would expect to meet ranks of dismounted knights and footmen, excluding their allies. During the Second War, the Horde lost many of its warriors laying siege to capital cities, many of them killed by the city's ballistae and archers. Thank you for listening to this. I know it's pretty long, but thank you for listening, and as always, remember, play to game and game to play.